everybody. Welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast. Keep saying that fucking retarded. Oh, y'all good? You happy? I've been having a relaxing day after a shitty week working on all that weather. Fucking snow, sleet, rain, wind, cold wind. But much was done regardless, so had to go in yesterday, but it was only for a short half a day kind of thing. But it's done. Yay. On to the next. So, was listening to a very interesting conversation with a Cat Williams, comedian in America. He's very funny. He's a funny guy, but on top of that, when he starts talking, man, he goes into a lot of details about a lot of things. Puts a different spin on things. And you realise then that you're ignorant. Or maybe he's crazy. But it was good. Enjoyed it. Oh, fuck. What a day. Such a day. So it got me thinking about all these things. There was a lot of, you'd be flying through stuff. And all these crackers screaming like, this is what it is to be this is what it is to be that. They're mad for their success and their definition of what success is, and trying to fucking dictate to the masses what success should be, or is. The dictionary would tell you that success is something like a financial accomplishment or some shit, I don't know. But it is weird. I mean, what is success for you? What do you see success as? Do you merit success financially? Financially seems to be for everything, doesn't it? You have to be a rich person to be... Sure, what about all the rich people in the world who won the fucking lotto? Or who inherited? Or who... right place, right time, but not got the smarts? There's plenty of them in the world, Are they successful? Are they just, one-off lookies? Most of them then are just a year later. Fucking Scooby dude. So what is success? It's interesting that it's such, it's been kicked around so much, especially lately. See, some guys going on about the cars you drive. That's a very teenage way of looking at it. You know what I mean? Would you drive... actually, there's a cool film I'm looking to see. Something to do with Ferrari. I think it's the beginning of Ferrari or something. It looks very good. When they were racing the Ferrari cars and all the family turmoil. That's success, I think, Ferrari. To build something that is just fucking hugely popular. And... it transcends, and it's an icon. I think that is success, but there's a lot of fucking tragedy at the beginning of that success for that original family. So it got me thinking, what do I think is a success? Some days success is just fucking getting out of bed. We're very dramatic, Irish. So fuck it. I woke up this morning, that's success. But I don't think you can go around telling people what it is. Everyone knows what they want. They just don't know how to accomplish it. Because let's be honest, rules keep changing and everything. And you're kind of like, you're nearly there, and then the ground, there's a global fucking meltdown, and you're fucked. Everything you have is gone. But I don't know, I think success has been able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And even at that, there's no guarantees, because you have those lockdowns with the COVID thing that time. restricted a lot of people. A lot of people just took it to heart. Right, I'm restricted. I can't go anywhere. I don't know. I still went to work. Took a bit of flack from it, but sometimes you just gotta sit down and have a think. This is bullshit. I'm going to work. Right or wrong, you make your decision, and that's it. But back to the success thing. Is success just a financial thing? It's fucking hard to go and get money. You know, the old-fashioned way. You're just, a lot of people are. I'd be pricing jobs sometimes, and someone would undercut you, and you're thinking, how the fuck did they undercut me? I went in low. You know, very competitive. And a gang of guys would come in and fucking undercut you. You'd be thinking, okay, there's a gang of them there, so they'll probably get the job done faster. But still, you know, I don't see how they could fucking get it done that much faster where it would be, where they're leaving a quality product behind them. Maybe they don't give a fuck about the quality product. Just get the job done, get the money in the bank, and fuck off onto the next. Say I look at my painting now, for example, which I'm kind of stuttering into again. Fuck's sake. Like, but you're busy, you know? Many hats. But people say, are you selling them? And I'm like, I haven't tried to sell them, because I look at the landscape and I'm thinking, well, there's more important things at the moment for people to concern themselves with than buying fucking paintings. And people say, yeah, but they're still buying them. They're still buying them places. Yeah, but I'm not in that realm. I'm not in that world where they're untouched by all the stuff that the majority of people have to go through every day. And I'm not too bothered about it. For me, the success is the fact that I have a studio of my own and I can go painting no matter how small it is. I can come in here whenever I want and I can paint whatever I want, big, small, whatever. That for me is success. And I factor in the reality of my situation. And I'm thinking, okay, it's kind of batten down the hatch this time, because, you know, you got to give time to making a living. You got to give time to making time for your kids and stuff. So you got to get time to do your archery, your kayaking, meet up with friends when, because that never happens, because everyone's got kids now and kids just rule the party. But them and themselves, that is the party for the individual groups. So that is success. I think it's just, there's a multi-layered success thing, and you just go through different zones of time, experiences, and you can see what you will deem to be a success. If I come here today and I acquire this, that's success. But if I don't acquire this, it's still been a good day, blah, blah, blah. So you still have a success. It's just degrees of it. I mean, you look at the sports like soccer, for a perfect example. There's a lot of noise going around about soccer players. The Premiership now, especially in England, because that's what we've been blasted with over here in Ireland. It's all the Premiership, unless you're in the regions that are, you know, into GA in a big way, which there are many, and into the Irish League in a big way, for Soccer League. But when you have the likes of Sky promoting things and they're just blasting it everywhere, and then you've all these fan channels which are very enjoyable, I must say. Not all of them, but you get your favourites. But they'll talk about certain players as like, oh, he's hugely successful, he's a superstar, he's on superstar wages. But on the pitch, you're looking at him and you're thinking, I'd do better myself. What the fuck? Now and then they might get a moment. And then you compare it to what you would consider a successful soccer player, athlete. I mean, the obvious two that shoot to mind are like Ronaldo and Messi. Now, for this fucking other generation coming up after Ronaldo and Messi, to even have the balls to say that they're super, they should really compare the stats and the ages and the achievements. And I think you'll find that they fall unbelievably short, and yet they still have the stupidity to say, yeah, I'm very successful. blah blah blah. Probably because they're being played regardless for some political end or marketing end by their club. Because let's be honest, not all clubs are run very well, are they? I think that's coming to light very obviously of late, especially in the Premier League. But so success for them is like they're deluded and they're getting the money and they're successful by association, but not because of what they think they're doing. Because on the pitch they're doing shit. They're shit. And you probably gather that I'm talking about a few Man United players, because that's the way that is. So it's hard for me to sit back and listen to some fucking rich person, financially rich anyway, bang on and aim their rant at like young people, trying to drill it home that success is based on the car you drive. I don't get that. That's fucking stupid. But look, each to their own. I mean, I like fucking beautiful cars. I like a lot of beautiful things. But at the same time, there's a reality to possessing such things, and it's like a fucking weight. I mean, I wouldn't buy a mansion. Wouldn't even rent a mansion. You want to be low key, kind of under the radar. But then it depends on your philosophy on life, then, if you have one. How you want to go through it. You know. Back to that Cat Williams comedian, you know, when he goes to a gig in a city, he does like arenas and stuff. He's very successful. It only came to light recently that he, everywhere he goes, a percentage of his earnings he'll put into the poorest part of that city that he's in that particular time for that particular show. So he's kind of, that's how he, I suppose, gives back. He doesn't go through any fucking charities or anything. He just finds out what he needs to know, and he goes to who he's got to go to and say, look, make this go where it should go, where it'll be effective. So that's kind of... And I know that Roy Keane was very much, when he was in his playing days, he was very much into charities as well. But he'd be doing like hospital visits and stuff to sick kids and whatnot, which is a huge deal. It's your time. And you're looking at these poor little kids and they're all fucked up, and you're trying to be like positive and I don't know, encouraging. Surely when you're going away from the hospital after meeting so many kids in such dire straits that you're like, it's got to leave a mark, and you're like, I'd be bust. I'd be like, fuck this, where's the doctor? This is bullshit, no kid should be in this position. But that's life. So it's not a simple thing. What is success? Some days I think I'm super successful. And other days I think, Christ, I'm still here. Fuck, this sucks. But no, I think you gotta be humble. I think you gotta just be aware of the people around you. Because I mean, there's a lot of folks that could probably, they have the aptitude, the capacity to be super successful as these people ranting on about the cars and watches, but something in their head, they're just like, but that's fake. It's a fake thing. But then you'll have the lads that'll say, well, I prefer to cry about it in my Mercedes than on my bicycle. I get it, like, you know, it'd be great if the majority of people had no financial worries. But there's a minority of people then that have corrupted everything for the status quo to just be what it is, the status quo. And until people actually talk to each other and communicate to each other, that's going to stay the fucking same. Because I can remember when I was a kid, and then you'd have been in Ireland, there'd be fucking masses in the home place for like your grandparents who passed away a year before, whatever, you know, you might have a mass in the house, and you kind of, your maids stay there, but you just watch how everyone behaves when they come in, as they come in, one on one, all the talking, all the whatever, and then the priest would come in, And the priest is treated like a fucking celebrity. And that irked me no end, because I thought the priest, I mean, there was one or two priests that I thought, sound skin, nice guy. But there's a few of them there that are just cunts. And that's no reflection on the belief system of the parent, or well, it's the mother really, because the father doesn't give a fuck, and rightly so. But you know what I mean? They're in their mourning, and this is how they're dealing with it. So you go with it, but you're observing. And I'm like, this guy's a cunt. But then there's other guys that come in and they're human beings, and it's kind of like the same with politicians. They're like, you know, the kind of people, I mean, that try to be politicians. Some of them are just, they know a game and they play a game, and it's usually the end of this game is about them being in a better place, financially and whatnot. But some of them then are like, they're there for the cause, you know, they're there for they just happened to end up as a politician. It's not like they strived to be this. It's just, this is the next step for their natural way of being. And they get fucking, they age very quickly when they're in that environment, because I suppose they're exposed to a lot of shenanigans going on there, you know. So I've lost my train of thought now. I was getting a bit fucking cunts. But yeah, so it's like, when the fuck did these cunts become celebrities is what I'm saying. Because this whole celebrity thing it misinforms the people, I suppose. I just don't understand how you can, you know, that everything is manipulated. Nothing is fucking true. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing. I mean, you have fucking superstar pop stars there whose fathers would have kind of kickstarted their career, we say, by buying zillions of their fucking first record or whatever, financially putting them into the charts system, and then they just kind of get a bit of momentum. But it's nothing to do with talent. It's to do with fucking playing the game. I've rarely heard any fucking thing lately that I consider talented, real talent, like drive and fucking saying stuff that's in their music. You have to go back to from the 90s backwards, we'll say. There's a few in the 2000s, alright, but they're few and far between. So you meet some brilliant musicians, like, and no one's ever heard of them. You're thinking, oh, that's wrong. They should be fucking superstars. So what measures success is also not true, in my opinion, and especially the message that's hammered out most of the time about the cars and the watches and all that fucking nonsense. Like I said, it's nice to have them and see them, I mean, but all you want is something functional, you know. And I'm very much aware that I am in the minority with this view, which is sad. Most people want that magazine lifestyle, all the shiny pictures, the perfect sunglasses, the perfect fucking, everything is just presentation. It's not substance, because substance sucks. Substance requires like effort, constant effort. You know, you're human. You have you wake up wrong, and that's a fucking nuclear warhead right there. You gotta manage yourself, and then you have to fucking do what you gotta do. Everyone is doing it. Everyone is in the same boat. It's just some decide to take, you know, what they can by just being, how would you say, a pawn, knowingly being a pawn to get them to this position for someone who's going to, by putting them there, be in a better position, you know. Yeah, we live in a fucking funny time. Everything is fucked up. You don't know what to believe. You just don't know what to believe. No coffee today. I've had too much coffee. This is sparkling water. I wasn't even going to do this today. I was going to just do this maybe a couple of days from now when I'm a bit more awake. But here I am. I came in here to sort a few things out and I thought, fuck this. I'm not doing a damn thing here. It's depressing. I'll do it tomorrow. But then I started doing stuff. I threw away a load of stuff that... You ever hold on to stuff? I had this portfolio case from like fucking 20 years ago. And there was a collection of like sketchbooks and... I don't know, scribbles... a few little wash drawings, scrapbooks, and I was out the door there and it was getting a bit mouldy. I don't know, I was just sick of fucking kicking it when I'd come in the door, so I was bringing out the bins earlier on and I had the door open and I thought, it's now or never. So I went over and I went through it and it was fucking... You were thinking, I can't throw that away. I have to hold on to that. These are all memories, blah, 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 but they're mouldy. And I just fucking threw one into the bin and fucking, right, that's it. Usually when you do that, you have a pang of regret for like a week or two. But at this stage, I'm after photographing the fuck out of everything and making little slideshows and fucking it up on YouTube and stuff. I think that's an okay place to put them for prosperity until everything crashes, until I'm fucked. But sometimes I think you can get too, if you're working on stuff, you can get too close to it, too precious about it, and then you'll have no success with it because you're after losing your objective, and it's either paint over it, start again, or just fucking throw it away. Throw it away. Don't be afraid to throw it away. Don't be afraid to fail. As long as you know why you failed and you learn from that. Because sometimes you learn, but then you forget. You're doing it again a year later. And, you gotta be open to trying new things, I suppose. It's like that painting I was working on last year for 6 fucking months, and you knew kind of in day 2 that this is a fucking disaster. You should really not do this, and for some fucked up reason you continue on for 6 fucking months, wasted. But I got a nice painting at the end of it because I painted over it. So So there's some big vote coming up this week now. On Friday, I think, is the vote. And tonight, I'm not afraid to let you know, I'm going to fire out some invites to some representatives of political parties and ask them to come in. And I can guarantee you, I'd be surprised if any one of them come in, because I have a few questions. But yeah, I'd be surprised if any of them come in. One actually friended me there on Facebook recently. I used to be very selective on Facebook when you're like, who the fuck are you? But I started saying, okay, I just say yes to the vast majority of people that would send you one of those things. It's not like you can curate it's like people think you're building a brand, and I guess in a way you are, but not like they think. It's not like you're fucking the architect of it. You're just trying to... I find that if you do something long enough, patterns appear and you recognize the patterns, and then all the excess nonsense gets cut away and you focus more in on something, and then therein that's what you do, and then it's more recognizable. That's kind of how I go about it. I'm not really into thinking about stuff or planning stuff too much, even though certain friends would be screaming at me, what the fuck are you doing? You gotta have a plan. I have like the bones of a plan, like an idea, pops into my head from wherever, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to do this. With no fucking education on it, no understanding of it, and you try to get some quick research under your belt. How do you do this? And you fucking just... It takes you longer to get to where you need to get. I just find when you plan things, it's very sterile, and it's very... For me anyway, it's very... Not just in painting, but if everything is planned down to the last fucking detail, I'll lose my goddamn mind. I need that bit of... You need a bit of room for fire, for energy, for fucking something for a new idea to pop in that you can go with on the moment. If it's a better idea, if it makes sense at that moment, I'm all in with it, like. When I had my first coffee this morning, I decided to listen to some Depeche Mode. Did you ever listen to Depeche Mode? That Dave Gahan he's some fucking frontman, isn't he? I like Depeche Mode because I was listening to Pearl Jam's recent release. Is it Dark Matter? And somewhere halfway through that song, I was thinking to myself, I may have grown out of Pearl Jam. I don't know. It's just fucking. I listened to it again. It might be brilliant. But halfway through, I just said, fuck that. I need to go somewhere else now. So I got Depeche Mode. There was 3 songs I was listening, 4 songs I was listening, and it was an absolute joy. I love Depeche Mode. They're a band now that have fucking really lasted. When you consider that lad has died a few times from his adventures, shall we say. They're only down to 2 now, but I like them. I like their sound. I like the way they do what they do. I do. That's success. I mean, I'm sure at the start they didn't have much of a fucking clue what they were doing, but they knew that there was something worth chipping away at. Because I was watching an interview with them one time, and after a particular gig, which blows my mind, I forget the name of the tour, the singer Dave Gahan had a bit of a breakdown or a breakthrough at the end of the concert. He was like, I think this may be after a few near death or full death experiences. He realized, yeah, I don't want to be nearly dying anymore. This is what I want to do. I'm all in. So he started writing his own songs, and he learned some fucking hard lessons. But now I think they're just class. I love them. I love to see them live. Although that can be a disappointment as well. I've gone and see some bands live that were like fucking disappointing. The singer just wasn't at the races on the day, and you went through all that fucking trouble. You travelled, you figured you'd stay some shitty place that night or whatever. And then you're really into the music, and you get there then to find that the band isn't. And you're like, fuck this guy's a cunt, and it puts you off the band. And it's just, they may have just had that bad day at the office, but that's, that's where those 2 situations collide, and your takeaway from that is, well, fuck them, fuck that, they're shit live. They're a studio band, really. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's all about perspective, or perception even, because in a moment it can all change. I changed my mind. I'm not a fan of that band. I'm a fan of this band, because I saw that band, they were shit. Success. I suppose some people get their version of success too early, and it fucks them up. Excuse me. It fucks them up. Oh, I got some fucking cold or something. So I'm just in here now, fucking tidying shit up. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the Blackbird going. Have a little ranty. So, but it's a positive rant, I think, Basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't kill yourself to be successful, because if it's meant for you, it won't pass you. But just fucking work hard at what it is you like doing, and you'll find your success. You know what I mean? And if you're lucky, you'll find that peace of mind. And that's the beauty. You find that and you're good to go. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Because I find when I talk to people, especially now, going with the archery thing, you get to meet all kinds of people who do all kinds of things for a living. And there's some great conversations, and some lovely people you meet. But it's not just there, it's not just because you say archery and people just, that's all they hear is archery. But it's like, there's people. People are fucking wonderfully different everywhere. And what I'm finding is a lot of them are just not, what's the word now? 'Cause believing, perhaps? Just believing in themselves, or even fucking allowing themselves to feel the energy of rage of themselves. Not to trash anything, but you can get that energy well up in you, and you just focus for a second, and it's like a train on a track, and you just flick the switch, and instead of going off the track and into a wall, the track just turns and the train goes off and gets somewhere in record time. So you can flick the switch, refocus on what you're at, and then you're very productive for you to do what it is you wanted to do. Perhaps you're frustrated or whatever, and you just got that. A lot of people are just trying to be so fucking polite and deny it of themselves. I say, fuck it, rage on. Rage the fuck on. Control it, and you can do your thing and find your success. I don't know why I'm going into accents there. I'm in a giddy kind of fucking mood. I'm in a giddy kind of mood. I gotta get talking to people in here because I'm getting that kind of buzz now. Sometimes you don't be in too much of a hurry, because you kind of get into this kind of nice vibe, just being in here talking to yourself. Talking to yourself again. You fucking idiot. What are you at? But it's nice. But it's great when people come in, and I really liking people who come in a few times, because I found that when they come in the second, third time, they're just so more themselves. They're more relaxed. They're more, right, we did this before, we know what's happening, it's grand, there's nothing to worry about, it's a safe environment, and we have to laugh, and I like that. But you gotta come in the first time first, folks. Okay, and then the second time and the third time, and it's a good laugh, as my fellow repeat visitors have told me. But they don't have to tell me, because you can see it. It's like anything else. First time you try something, you're like, I don't know. Second time, then you're like, well, yeah, I remember it was good. It was a good laugh. And then the third time, super. So it's successful that way for them. And I think we all learn from it. And that's all good. Because I had a list of things I wanted to kind of learn about, and I forgot my list, and I said, fuck it, I'll Google these things now and find pinpoint where I can make my little trajectory to picking up some information about topics. And I was there looking at the fucking thing for half an hour. I just had no idea what the fuck I wanted to know. So hence deep edge mode. I said, take a day off, fuck it, shut the fuck up and just listen, sit back and listen. And it was a lovely sunny morning until the rain came, but that was lovely, to be honest. When you've deep edge mode on, It's nice. Have a coffee and a lovely cigarette. You know, for the smokers out there, you know that cigarette you have. The first one's okay, or maybe it's the first one's the good one. But there's certain times when you have your first toke on a cigarette, and it's just fucking delicious. And either with your coffee or your tea, it's just delicious, and it just makes everything in the world right. It was that kind of morning. It was lovely. It was a nice surprise because I wasn't going looking for it or anything. It's just like, this is, I'm gonna go out here, have a coffee now, and just chill out, get ready for the day. And then that happened, and then the music, and then it was lovely. A lovely start to the day. Wish all days could be like that, but then if they were, you probably wouldn't appreciate them like that. So I'm gonna go now and leave yous, and get my stuff sorted for tomorrow. I have a few things to arrange, and I hope to talk to y'all soon, or not, whatever. Now, don't be haters, folks. Be nice, be successful. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye now.